Hello and welcome to Shaun's toaster appliance review, the best number one toaster review on the internet. This week we're looking at this lovely little number with the cream from front and the silver flanking. What am I doing? Hi kids, welcome to Shaun. Hi kids, welcome to Shaun's Arcade, the arcade review thing. I know. This week we'll be looking, this is a serious bit, honestly. We're looking at an arcade, what I think is almost the perfect example of your home arcade in the world. I've seen a load of them, I've seen about 4. And we're going to have a look at that. It's Alex's arcade, Alex Nintendo Arcade, right down in down Oxford way somewhere. So we're going to have a look at that, and I interview him afterwards. What he thinks makes a perfect arcade. What man cave? It's a man cave, really. You've got the cave, you've got the man, you've got the man cave. I'm in a right stupid mood. I need to stop this and then start again, or not. What was the other bit? Yeah, so I'm going to put the video on, do the little walk around of the arcade. It's only 3 minutes, and then interview Alex, only 6 minutes. And after that, I'm going to serious stuff. I'm going to add things that I think makes your perfect home arcade. What are my credentials for this? Well, I tell you, young man, I tell you, I've worked in an arcade. I know what happens. I've got one, just one. And I've been to loads of arcade events and stuff. That's my credentials for this. I'm the real McCoy. Oh, yes, I am. Or not. Hi kids, here we are in Alex's arcade, Alex Nintendo Arcade. This is a UK VAC or Friends group meetup on sometime in March. No, April 2022. Look at all his stuff. He's got more stuff than me. That's not hard, is it? But look around here. Look, there's people and everything. Marquees at the top. People playing games. There's loads of people. There's some of them outside because you're not allowed in with feet. No, slippers. No, you are allowed in with slippers. Socks. That's the word. Here we go. Right, so you've got Asteroids Deluxe, Rescue, Super Hang On. Look at these marquees, aren't they cool? Robot Ron, Defender, and then down here you've got some excellent consoles. Got that Pac-Man from that Numbskull, I think, Numbskull Designs. Chucky Egg on the BBC Microvision. Vectrex, of course, 2 lovely Vectrexes there, modded to hell. That's a Vertvic stick, Vectrex stick. An old CRT. Oh, look at that! That's a game, Nintendo Virtual Boy. Under there you've got Sega Mega Drive, PC Engine, Super Famicom. Up here you've got lots of memorabilia and then lots of games. Oh, a load of Metroid stuff there. And look at that, a neon sign, Defender. That's great. Then you've got Alex on the trading card. 2017. I'm on one of them. 2018. I don't know how I got on there, but that's good, isn't it? Then you've got some 80s tunes playing, where there's normally a Nintendo Switch playing on there from what I've seen. And these here are Vectrex speakers. How cool are them? They're very good. Over here you've got Galaga. You've got a DMD display, which is playing a load of track modes cut down, I think. And then here is a lot of games. DS. Stuff. Yeah, lots of stuff. That's Black Tiger playing track and field. Right then. Juno First. Oh, I love Juno First. Well, that's got been a bit modded. Lord's Vale, I used to have one of them. Donkey Kong, Sheriff, Sky Skipper. Let's have a look around at the top bit. That's very good. Really nice, really nice. So this is a community meet, about 30 people and friends. Got stuff down here as well. This is where Alex sits in his chair talking about stuff. It's better than mine, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, bye. Hi Alex, how you doing?
I'm good, Shaun. Are we on TV?
Yeah, we're on my TV. Not your TV.
Hello, Mum.
So we're in your arcade. How did it all start? What happened? Why have you got all these machines?
I blame Space Invaders for that. My first ever arcade machine, or first ever video game I ever played, and absolutely fell in love with it.
And then you started collecting. What year did you start collecting?
I guess I started collecting when the Sinclair Spectrum came out. That was the first time I had a bit of money. I was doing a paper round and I had money to spend every week, and I started a little collection of Sinclair Spectrum games, which is over there on the other side of the wall.
Oh, very nice. Also, so what I wanted to talk to you about is the upkeep of these games. You know, there's one thing to love them, but you've got to really look after them, haven't you? And that's the thing that puts me off. You know, I've only got one, and it goes wrong sometimes, and then I just have a paddy, and then someone comes and fixes it. But how do you cope with that kind of the hobby?
Well, yeah, that is probably the most difficult part of the hobby, keeping them going. I think you've got to have a good bunch of friends around you in the community, which I have. The people in this community are absolutely fantastic. They're all willing to help out. And if you don't have that, then you've got to look at someone fixing the games, and it's going to cost you a lot of money, you know. And I've gone down that route, and sometimes you have to go down that route. Because, you know, it takes a lot of time and effort to keep this stuff going. So yeah, you have to be willing to pay out to get stuff fixed, unfortunately.
Yeah, and you sort of swap them around, don't you? What sort of cabs have you had? I know you've had like loads since I've known you, and then you swap them and get new ones. I know you've got a few keepers, haven't you? Like Donkey Kong, you're going to keep forever. But what cabs have you had?
I've had loads, Shaun. I've had loads. Yeah, I guess you get a lot of nostalgia for cabs that you had or played back in the day, and then when you get them in the arcade and you played them, you know, a few times, you realise actually there's not much in this game, you know, to warrant it being in your arcade. You want games that you're going to play over and over again and get top scores on, you know, and have a lot of replay value. So I feel like the games that I've got in here now are those games. I've got a few oddities in here, like Sheriff and Sky Skipper, that have got. It's not.
They're like your labels. I love them, aren't they? One of them you brought back from the dead, and the other like you hunted down, didn't you? And you made it quite popular. Like a lot of us, I'd never heard of it until you sort of brought it to life again.
Yeah, I mean, there's more of a story and a history behind Sky Skipper than there is with the game, you know. But that's what I like about it. You know, all these have got a bit of a story to tell. Which is really nice. But yeah, Sky Skipper, that's another story in itself, isn't it? Another rabbit hole we could go down, but you know, there's plenty of stuff out there on Sky Skipper if you want to know about it. But yeah, Sheriff was one I played back in the day. That's a really rare game. I managed to get that really early on when I started collecting, before prices went through the roof. Rescue is another game that I used to play back in the day. That's another rare cab. That's a prototype cabinet. I was lucky to get hold of that, really. But I've got games in here also like Robotron Defender that are players' games, you know. Everyone loves to play them. Donkey Kong, you know. So it's a good mixture, I think, now.
So what's next? Are you going to keep it like this, or are you going to pick up a few others? I know you're into your Neo Geo at the minute, aren't you?
I like it as it is, really. You know, I don't really want for anything more. It's the ideal setup for me. I've got my jammer cabs there running, got retro pies in there, got the dedicateds that I want. Yeah, for the first time, I feel actually content with what I've got and don't want for anything else, which is a good place to be.
You've not been here this long, have you? You've been in this area. You had somewhere before, didn't you? But I remember it weren't as nice as this.
Yeah, this has kind of got a bit of character here. I love it. It's the perfect size for me. Yeah. You know, I've divided the room into a console area and an arcade area.
Yeah, it's really cosy, isn't it?
Yeah, the consoles are just as important to me as the arcade stuff, really. It's what I grew up on. Yeah, it's cool. I'm happy with it. For the first time.
So what advice would you give someone like me? So I've got one cab and I wanted to expand. Would you? I think you need your own. You need like a man cave, don't you? You can't do it in the house. You need like a man cave and a bit of money to start off with a couple, don't you?
Well, you could do it in the house, but you need a supportive wife that will put up with that. There's plenty of people that do have them in the house. And I've had them in the house before, you know, but it's not the ideal situation. I think you need to kind of keep it separate, you know.
Yeah, then you get that perfect little arcade.
Yeah, and this is it.
Yeah. Well, thanks for inviting us all over, Alex. We're going to have a good night, have a few beers.
Yeah.
And we'll see you soon.
Bye, Mum. See you later.
Wasn't that delightful? Really good, really good, really good. It's so cozy. Right, I'm going to go through a few things that Alex said, just to reiterate. I love that word, and you can move your hands when you do it. Oh God, stop mucking around. It is good advice, honestly. Right, here he says. You need your inspiration. You need your inspiration to start with. You need to start small. I would recommend starting with 1 or 2 jammer cabs. They call them jammer cabs because they take. In the mid 80s, the Japanese created this standard where you can connect your arcade board to your arcade machine instead of all these different connectors. There was one connector, and it's still used today. It's called the jammer connector, which is short for Japanese Amusement Monitoring Money Apple. Yeah, so you get a couple of jammer cabs, horizontal screen, vertical screen. That's the wrong way around. Anyway, do that. Have a test out, see if you like it. Have a couple in the kitchen. Wife will love it when she's cooking the bacon. And do that. Right. What else did he say? Pick your games wisely. Games that were good, that you loved in the arcade, may not be good now. They may be pants. Awesomely pants. Get a good mix of personal favourites. Alex, he's got his personal favourites. He's got what he calls his players' game, which is like Robotron Defender, those kind of things. Beware of the prices now. You've got to beware of the prices. They're going through the roof. The roof is on fire, mother. Don't swear. Emulation is okay as well. Emulation is fine. Also, decorate your arcade place. Make it cozy, make it warm, make it inviting. Make it like your own front room, but better because EastEnders is not on. What else? Oh, yeah. So, yeah, emulation is fine. I've got emulation here. You can start with like your 2 jammer cabs, and you can put in a 60-in-1's good. If you want just 60 vertical classics, there's a PCB board called a 60-in-1, and that is no hassle. Just put it in, just line up your monitor, do a bit of jiggery pokery. And the other thing, right, hang on, find the space you like. Yeah, either custom or build your own one. That's a luxury if you can build your own. If not, you may have a nice shed or a garage. Insulate it, dehumidify it, make sure it's not damp, because arcade machines do not like the damp. Do not throw them in a river and then expect them to work, because they'll probably float away and you'll be swimming down the river trying to get them. Would that be cool? Yeah, you've got to be a bit savvy with the electrics. So either get an electrician to install your electrics, or be aware or have a bit of knowledge of how much power you're going to need, because one arcade machine doesn't take a lot of power. Honestly, it doesn't draw a lot of power, but you put a PC in it with MAME on, which is what I recommend to start with MAME on or something like that, and that starts drawing the power. But you know, you've got them plugs in the walls. Work it out. You can do it. It's not hard. Right, next one. I think that might be it. I just want to end by, in all my travels, in all these years, even to America, Sweden, I've been arcading. Where else have I been? I think that might have just been them two. Around this country and Scotland. I love moving my hands. They're quite useful. Yeah, I think there's three types of people in this hobby. You've got your gamers, which is me. You've got your collectors, and you've got your people that like to restore stuff. And I think a lot of people can blend in between those categories. See, I'm just a gamer. Other people I know are gamers and collectors but can't fix anything. And then you've got the fixers and the restorers that don't really like the games. They're okay, but they get a big kick out of fixing them. You've got a blend of them. So that's them three people. So if you can get them, some of them people on your side, bribery, blackmail, whatever, like somebody who can fix monitors would be great, because monitors are, monitors, man. Who would have it? Ha! I think that's it. So thanks for watching, kids. Please do like and subscribe, because it makes no difference whatsoever. Oh, I'm going to have to record all this again. I might not. I might just leave it, because I don't care. I do care. I care about you, because you're beautiful. Every single, or both of you, you're beautiful. So take care. It's a lovely world out there. See you, bye. Something I forgot to say. Join the community. Join UK VAC, UK Video Arcade Collectors. It's a brilliant community. That's what that meet was with Alex. And there's so much knowledge, so many friendly people willing to help you out. If you can get involved in that, and people spur you on, you get advice. Eventually, you can give advice. That's what I forgot again. Forgot stuff. Don't forget stuff, kids. You go senile.